Reading Ambedkar, the speech at Roundtable Conference. The depressed classes find that the British government in India suffer from two very serious limitations. There is first of all an internal limitation which arises from the character, motive, and interest of those who are in the power. It is not because they cannot help us in these things, but because it against their character, motives, and interest to do so. The second consideration that limit is authority is the mortal fear it has for external resistance. The government of India doesn't realize the necessity of removing the social evil which are eating into the vital of Indian society and which have obliged the lives of the downtrodden classes for so many years. The government of India does earlier realize that the landlords are squeezing the masses dry and the capitalists are not given the laborers a living wages and decent conditions of work. Yet it is most painful that it has not dare to touch any such evils. Why? It is because it has no longer legal power to remove them. No. The reason why does not intervene is because it is afraid that its intervention to amend the existing code of social and economic life will give rise to resistance. Of what good is such a government to anybody under a government paralyzed between two such limitations? Much that goes to make life good must remain held up. We must have a government in which the man in power will give their undivided alliances to the best interest of the country. We must have a government in which man in power, knowing where obedience will end, the resistance will begin, and will be afraid to amend the social and economic code of life, which the dictates of justice and expediency so urgently call for. This role of the British government will never be able to play. It is only a government which is of the people, for the people, and by the people that will make this possible. These are some of the questions raised by the depressed classes and answer. What is their view? These questions seem to depressed classes have come to, namely that the bureaucratic government of India, with the best of motives, will remain powerless to effect any change so far as our particular governance are concerned. We feel that nobody can remove our grievances as well as we can, and we cannot remove them unless we regret political power into our own hands. No share of this political power can evidently come to us as long as the British government remain as it is. Only in the Swaraj constitution that we can stand any chance of getting the political power into our own hands, without which we cannot bring solution to our people.